See if I can get this off. There we go. All right, so what am I doing now? Well, I gotta get y'all's opinion on something. What about? So this car here, we know it sounds perfect, right? Sometimes a little bit too loud, especially on the cold starts, but overall it just sounds absolutely amazing. Now the problem that the problem that I've been having for like months, probably maybe a year now, is that the other Supra, the red one, the one that used to be charcoal gray, I've been chasing this, you know, traditional Supra sound, but for one reason or another, I just cannot get it right. So, you know, way back then, for the OG followers, I used to run a log manifold, 3-inch downpipe, and that old school Turbonetics turbo that's over there. Excuse my mess, I'm just running out of space here. But it sounded okay, wasn't a fan of it, so I ended up switching out. I ended up switching out that manifold for like an actual turbo manifold, right? With like long runners. But I ended up going like with the cheap manifold. It's called a CX Racing, something like that. It's off of eBay. And it sounded okay. However, it just, for some reason or another, it's just not that typical Supra 2JZ sound. You know, then I switched to the Borg Warner turbo as well. That didn't really change anything. And I've listened to other Supras before with that same turbo, that same manifold, and they sound really good. You know, has that typical 2JZ sound. Now, the one thing that is different from those cars and mine is that I ended up swapping the exhaust tip to a 5-inch. So before I ran this is just your standard for stainless steel 4-inch pipe. Obviously, I tried the big muffler, way too quiet for my taste. You know, that's whenever I switched to the 5-inch. It's very deep. It kind of deepens the tone, but it's still not that high-pitched sound. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna bring that Supra back out here. I'm gonna do a comparison video between the 4-inch, the 5-inch tips, and then the muffler. And I want you guys to see what the difference is just by changing the tip size and then obviously the muffler. I want to get y'all's opinion. Y'all tell me which one sounds better, because honestly at this point I'm already considering changing out that turbo manifold, or maybe just building the head and installing the cam packs and everything that I have there and see if that gives me the exhaust one that I've been looking for. But let me go ahead and bring the car over here. So first setup again, it is a Borg Warner S366 turbo, 4-inch downpipe, 4-inch mid pipe, 4-inch tailpipe, basically a 4-inch straight pipe up to a 5-inch tip. So let's see how this sounds. May not have hit the throttle point for the anti-lag, so it might have popped a little bit too loud, but that gives you guys an idea of what that sounds like. So now let's switch that out for the 4-inch. All right, now we got the clamp loose. Let's see if I can get this off. There we go. And there we go. You got this big ass cannon out. All right, now we're gonna go in with the 4-inch tip. Not sure how I feel about it. It looks tiny. I mean, look at this. This is a 5-inch compared to that 4-inch. didn't notice much of a difference on that. At this point, I think I know where I'm headed. I think I'm probably either gonna go ahead and install the cams, you know, build a head and see what that sounds like. If that doesn't give me the sound that I want, I'll probably go ahead and change out that manifold. But while we're at it, I mean, I told you guys I was gonna do it, might as well. Let me throw the muffler on there. It's a vibrant 4-inch inlet outlet muffler. So for the reference, in case you guys like the way it sounds, this is what it sounds like. And that is the 4-inch vibrant muffler. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but a little bit of me really like the way that sounds. A little bit too quiet, but man, it sounds smooth. You know what, you guys? While we're at it, I'm gonna show you guys something. Because we've already tried 5-inch straight tip, 4-inch straight tip, 4-inch vibrant muffler. I figured we might as well end it with this. So this here is my muffler for my Supra, the black one over here. And this is actually a discontinued, you cannot find this anymore. It is a Boost Logic, seen better days. But this right here is honestly one of my most favorite mufflers, if not probably my favorite muffler on Supras. I told myself I would never put on anything else except for my car. But just for testing purposes, let's see what this sounds like on this car. Here's the Boost Logic 4-inch inlet, 5-inch outlet tip or muffler installed. However, it is a little bit short. So if I decided, which I don't think I will, to run it on this car, I would need to extend it. So let's see what this sounds like. Definitely sounded good, but I think that muffler still belongs to my car. Now you guys see what the difference is between a, you know, straight pipe Supra with the 4-inch tip, 5-inch tip, 4-inch muffler with the 4-inch exit, and then a 4-inch muffler with the 5-inch exit. I don't know how well it's gonna pick it up on camera, but I didn't notice too much of a difference on the mufflers. But you know, the 5-inch straight tip and then the 5-inch exit muffler, they both sound deeper at the lower RPMs. But at the higher RPMs, I didn't notice that much of a difference. As of now, I think, unfortunately, I am stuck right back where I started. And I'm still not too satisfied with the way this car sounds. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep on saving. Because unfortunately, in order to install the head package that I bought for this car, it does take a lot. It's actually thousands of dollars. You know, you spend a couple grand getting all that stuff installed, and then you gotta tune the car. So it adds up really fast. Unfortunately, it's not something that I can do right now. I'll keep on making videos. Whatever money I make from these videos, I'll save it up to do the cam package on this. And hopefully, God willing, that the sound it comes out perfect after that. If not, then I'll go ahead, keep on making more videos, and end up changing the exhaust manifold to something a lot nicer than this. If you guys made it all the way through the whole video, thank you so much. You guys are the ones that basically keep me going and, you know, making all this happen, because the way life is right now, everything's so expensive, and I use the YouTube money to continue to do all this stuff. So appreciate you guys again for everything, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. And in case you're wondering what I'm putting back on the car, that 5-inch monster straight pipe tip, that's going back on there for sure.